Can you introduce yourself, please?
Of course I can. I am Nick Chubb. I am the founder and strategy director of Thetius. We are a specialist maritime technology research firm.
What is one thing that you wish people asked you more about that they almost never do?
That is such a good question. I don't know whether to go with a shipping answer or whether to go with a...
Throw them both out there. I'll let you give two.
Okay. On the shipping side, I think very few people are asking questions about the second, third order effects of low Earth orbit connectivity. So we've kind of seen ships get connected, which has been really exciting. Ships now functioning somewhere close to what it's like to be in the office. But we have so much very specific maritime software that was built on the premise of bandwidth being constrained. And now there's quite big questions being asked around who else can come into this industry now that previously it just wasn't worth it. And so we know of a few companies that, for example, have gone down the route of bringing Microsoft Dynamics in instead of shipping specific software. And I think that's the start of those kind of second, third order effects that we just have not seen enough of yet.
And the non-shipping one?
And the non-shipping one? I am a very, very bad but very enthusiastic amateur paraglider. I've not done it for a while since I had a child, but I proper geek out on paragliding tech, all of that sort of stuff, and I never speak to anyone about it, in shipping at least.
What do you think, if you did, that they would understand better about the way you think through things in maritime, based on the way you think through things in paragliding?
Wow. I think it's seen as an inherently risky sport. You know, if you start talking about it to people, that you talk about you just climb up to the top of a hill, basically got a big parachute behind you, and you run off the edge of the hill, and it sort of seems like a bit of an extreme sport. But actually, certainly once you know and understand the basics, it's a very, very safe sport. And I think people's perceptions of downside risk are often far higher than the reality. And I think it's a great thing in this industry that we're relatively risk averse and think very hard about risk and capping downside risk. But I think on a personal level, a lot of people don't say yes to things for fear of a downside that actually may never materialize. And I think if you can really think through what the downside risk of doing something is, what the absolute worst case scenario of doing something is, often it kind of takes away the fear factor of saying yes to it, and so you get to take more opportunities.